everything starts with this, and it is not your offer. So if you're struggling within your business to getting more sales or grow your business or to make marketing more effective for you, your cost per acquisition goes up and you don't know what to do, and you try to use other channels in order to drive traffic, to get more clients, it's usually not these things that makes a difference. I thought this too, but I remember the one story of Russell Brunson where he is on stage and selling his iPhone out of his pocket and tells the audience who wants to pay 1 million for this iPhone, and nobody stood up. And he explained now what this iPhone, which normally costs $1,000, what is the value that someone really gets when they buy this iPhone for 1 million, and he stacks the value. So he said, yeah, on this iPhone, every course, everything that I learned is on there, and I spent more than $250,000 in my education, and you get all the access to this with this phone. And moreover, you get also contacts. So all my contacts to celebrities like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and every other great entrepreneur, you can get this in phone numbers on this phone. And so he stacked all the value within this phone. And that's how he explained how he create this value for this one iPhone, which it was just $1,000 if you just purchase the phone. And he tried to get up the value. And this is the concept he tries to convince, and I'm sure you're familiar with, in order to really create this value for this one thing that you have. But actually, this is not true. If you really look from the first principles to this story and what he is doing there, then it's not actually pumping up the value for this phone. There's something different, much more deeper. And Steve Jobs really knew this, but he hasn't really articulated this. But it's actually the core of everything that you do. It's the meaning that you give something. And only if you put the meaning to the something, in this case the iPhone. So Russell Brunson gave the iPhone a great meaning with explaining what is really helping you to do, but he provided the meaning, what it really does for you. It is not the value, it is really the meaning that you put in there. And that is a completely different view on the thing. And I explain you why and how you use this for your company, and why everything that you learned in marketing and what is out there is based on the meaning that you create and that you put into perspective for someone else, that they can see the meaning that you have, so they can see the meaning as well. So it doesn't matter what you sell, it's really about what meaning are you giving to the things and so the products and the service that you provide. And you need to be completely convinced about this service and all the things that you do, that this has meaning. Because if you don't provide the meaning for someone else, that you say, this means something to me, nobody else can have a meaning for this thing. You might think, okay, this is completely the same thing, the value and the meaning that you see. And there I want to put it in a different perspective. So value you can create. Also, you can create meaning. This is true. But value is mostly related to products or service. But you also can create meaning around just a view of an idea. So if you take a look on the marketing campaigns of Apple or Nike, it is just the meaning around this idea in order to become someone. That is different in order to provide a value or to see the value. It's really about the meaning that you give someone. And value, I see, is integrated also in the meaning that you provide. Or other way around, if you provide meaning to something and you say, yeah, this has a meaning for me and it's worth to really believe this is meaningful, then you also create value. But the meaning is really where everything is starting. So the meaning, what you put into your business, into your products, into the relationship, everything that it doesn't matter what you create, what you do, it needs to have the meaning for you. So it means something for you. And then someone else can see this meaning and can relate to this. And then the person builds trust and also see the value in this. But it really starts with this meaning. And if you set this up incorrectly, then we're talking about these initial conditions. Everything that you start, everything that you are building from scratch, there you have initial conditions. And if you don't put the meaning into these initial conditions, you always want to fake it later because you think about why have I started this? Why have I built this? And then you make it up in the marketing. And also it is subtle to the people. We are such great creatures that we really recognize this when something is made of or if it's really originated in one thing. And I tested this also with Jeff Bezos, because he laid down his entire story of Amazon within his shareholder letters. And I challenged this with AI in order to really prove that he hasn't made up the story, but was really setting these initial conditions where he put the meaning and all the values and principles at first, and then he created Amazon and the vision and the mission Amazon was on it. But the meaning he provided in the beginning for the initial conditions in order to start Amazon, this was a key moment. And you can really analyze in psychology or psychologically the letters of Amazon with AI. Really challenge this if you want, and ask AI if this is made up, or is it psychology-wise really made up, or is it originated in the first idea of these initial conditions. And what AI provided to me was really that is originated in his thoughts, in his meaning, what he wants to provide with Amazon. And to provide you a negative example, how the initial conditions and everything that you put the meaning into really puts you in the wrong direction. Facebook is a perfect negative example there, because Facebook, when you think back how Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, he stole the data of the university in Harvard in order to create this initial Facebook. So these initial conditions and his thoughts and meaning he put into Facebook in this initial state really projected this outcome what we see today, that he has problems with data security, data breaches and all the stuff around data, because he set up this thing from the beginning with the wrong initial conditions and with the wrong meaning. So there you can see what it leads to if you set this up incorrectly. So I really want to encourage you. So you have two options. Either you are starting out as an entrepreneur, then it's quite easy to really think from the beginning and really set you up for the long-term trajectory that you're really building something meaningful. and it's always congruent with your values and everything that you are thinking that is meaningful. Or option 2, you are already an established business owner, a founder who has already an established business. And there you can also think back why you have started this. Then you don't make it up, but it's really crucial that you really think why you have started your business. Is it really your true nature, what you started and begin with? Or is it just in order to make the story great? This is completely not what we are talking about. It's really about this highly intentionally and really completely meaningful thing for yourself with your perspective, your unique values. And you cannot fake it, you cannot make it up, because people will recognize it in the long term. And if you struggle with your business, that your marketing campaign isn't running, your sales page isn't converting, or you don't get the leads or the customers you like, then it's most probably the thing that you haven't set up your unique meaning for your business, and you are not aware of your values and your principles and the mission and vision where you're on with your business. So that's it for the video. If you need help, just leave me a comment and see you in the next video.